For this week's Growing, Eating, and Educating, NanBop Farm Director Andrea Bushre takes us into the old chicken tunnel that has since been converted into a tomato garden.
Yeah, today we're learning about the process of pruning your tomato plants. So check it out.
Hey guys, welcome back to Growing, Eating, and Educating. I'm your Farm Director Andrea Bushre, and today we are in our old chicken tunnel. We have since kind of converted this over and planted out a lot of our tomatoes. So this week I wanted to show you a little bit of what it looks like to prune your tomatoes and the considerations you should have for that. So things to think about when you're starting to prune your plants. You want to make sure you have clippers and a bucket. We want to make sure that all of the clippings that we have goes into the bucket. Tomatoes can carry a lot of different diseases and pathogens, so you want to make sure that you disinfect your clippers and your hands before you trim, and then also after. Same with the reason why we take our clippings and put them in the bucket. We want to make sure we're keeping the disease in the bucket and taking it out of our area. We are using what is called a central leader system with our tomato plants. So that means we really only want one main stalk. And as you can tell, we have a couple different ones on this tomato plant. So what I'm going to do is decide which one that I want to keep. So I see that this one is stronger and more straight. So I'm going to come in here and clip this one off. And then I'm also going to take down some of these leaves here that are touching our soil. This again can bring in more pathogens. So I'm going to clip these off. And you can snap them off with your hands, but what happens a lot of time is that you'll rip the plant and start to create more area for disease and pathogens to infect your plant. We are training our plants on a central leader system. So basically all that means is that we have one main stem that can create fruits. So we're going to prune off any other plants that are trying to stem off from the main branch. So we're going to start by cutting whatever branches that we don't want, and then we're also going to clean up the leaves that are touching the ground because those can also introduce disease to our plants. You can also snap the branches off if you want to, but I usually use my pruners because snapping them can also create kind of a tear along the side of your plants that will kind of expose more of the plant, which also means that you can introduce more disease and pathogen with a larger wound on your plants. This is just kind of our first step of caring for our tomatoes. This is just pruning them, and we're going to have to continually do this as they grow. Our next step with this stage of tomato is to trellis them. So stay tuned for more on NanBop Farm of how we do that.